All right, so I just watched a Grand Theft Auto 6 extended look, and I have some thoughts. I have some opinions about it. Um, Now, you're probably wondering, well, why don't you show us? Why don't you, give us a little glimpse of it? I wish that I could, but I can't because they have that copyright protection thing, whatever you call it, HDCP, high definition copyright protection thing, where there's no way to disable that, and I can't really show you. I mean, I could play it, but it's just like a dark screen. It's just like a black screen. You can't really see nothing. You can hear, but you can't see nothing. Um, the only thing I can do is maybe give you a little glimpse, like this. Like, can give you a little, like, I guess, a little glimpse like this, I guess, just to give you a little bit of glimpse. This is just a little highlights of what's inside the this extended look. So here, let me talk about the extended look and what I have seen. Um, First thing I want to say is, um, and I'm trying to say this in a way that makes sense. All right, if you're expecting something like extraordinary or something like, oh my God, this is like next level. I've never seen anything like this. You might be disappointed, but in a good way. This is not like in a bad way. What I'm trying to say is, guys, this is still a Grand Theft Auto. It's still a Grand Theft Auto. It looks like Grand Theft Auto. It feels like a Grand Theft Auto. It's Grand Theft Auto. So if you're like expecting something that's going to be like extraordinary, and I think that's the issue, that's the problem. A lot of you are expecting something extraordinary after all these years. Just like GTA 5, I mean, it looks like a GTA should look like. It plays like GTA should plays like. It has those same, dialogues that the GTA is known for, has the same, funny moments in the game. And, it has all of those elements that the Grand Theft Auto open world sandbox has. It's a Rockstar game, so there's going to be that. But if you were expecting something like out of this world, extraordinary, then you might be disappointed. And this is the issue with the hype. When people hype things up so badly, then their expectations, they go through the roof. Okay. Now let's talk about the graphics and let's talk about what I have seen. The graphics are really good. The game has been captured on PlayStation 5. Nothing has been mentioned about the PS5 Pro, or is there going to be a PS5? Actually, there is a PS5 Pro enhancements, but what the PS5 Pro enhancement's going to be, we don't know. Okay. All I can tell you that the game it's captured on PS5, but it was not captured on PS5 Pro enhanced. So nothing on the PS5 Pro enhancements that we know as of yet. Maybe when we get closer to the game, maybe they'll talk about the PS5 Pro enhancements. Um, for a PS5 console, a console that's now what, 6 years old, right? About 6 years old, give it a take. Um, it looks the best that it can look. The lighting, it's pretty good. The one thing you will notice is the dynamic lighting looks really good. Dynamic lighting, the shadows, and the textures. Like I noticed like how good the textures are. Textures certainly have been upgraded. But you can also see that the game it's locked at 30 frames per second, and there's moment where you see the space reflection and it gets a little bit blurry. I also noticed during the car chase with a police cars, black and white police cars chasing Jason and Lucia. I've noticed a little bit of soft textures popping in and out, popping in and out. I've noticed that even when she goes into a convenience store like a 7-Eleven, one of those gas station 7-Eleven convenience stores, liquor stores, you can see like on the reflection that it's a little bit blurry. So it's a little bit rough around the edges in terms of graphics on some instances, but you have to understand there's so many moving parts in this game, and PlayStation 5, it's captured from PS5. There's only so much that this hardware can do. Obviously, on a PC, this game's going to look the best. There's no question about it. PC version, whenever the PC version comes out, it's going to be the best version depending on the hardware that you have. But in terms of like what the PS5 can do, a 6 years old console, I think it's handling GTA 5 pretty good at 30 frames per second. Guys, it's locked at 30 frames. I don't know anything about the PS5 Pro enhancements, what the PS5 Pro is going to be. Okay, I I hope that there is a performance mode in PS5 Pro, but again, we don't know. We'll know once the game is out, okay, or maybe before the game is out. Maybe Digital Foundry will have an early copy to test the game. So I don't know. We'll see. Um, so let's talk about what I have seen. In the beginning of this extended look, we see Lucia and Jason walking into this apartment complex building. It looks like some kind of a ghetto place where they have all these drug dealers, right? Drug dealers, and they're going in there, I guess, to make some sort of a deal with this drug dealer called Booby. He goes by the nickname of Booby. Okay, and then they go in there, and they're being escorted by, another drug dealer. They're being escorted in the elevator, and they go up the elevator, and apparently this this guy named Booby, drug dealer, gets a phone call from the cop, from the police guy or whatever, undercover police guy. And he says, "Hey man, we on your tail. We got you. We're gonna raid your place." And they do. They go in, guns blazing. The cops go in there, guns blazing, and they're having a shootout between the drug dealers and the cops. And then Lucia and Jason, they're trying to get the hell out of there. And once they go inside the elevator, Lucia and Jason, they said, "Did this guy recognize us?" Apparently, the guy who is a police officer, who is a cop, is looking for them, is looking for Jason, Lucia, right? It just so happens that they happen to be there during this raid on this apartment complex where all this drug deal was happening. And then there's um, another scene in the game where you see uh, Jason and Lucia inside their condo apartment, really nice apartment. And she's asking Jason, "Hey, what kind of dress would you like me to wear?" And then he goes like, "I like that one, whatever." Then he says to her, whatever you want to wear, I don't care. And then he goes walking around this this apartment building, apartment place that he's in. I'm sorry, this apartment place that he's in, and he sits down, watches TV, and you can see in the outside. It looks like, listen, I live here in Miami. It looks like a Miami. It looks like a Florida. It certainly has that Vice City, Miami. Rockstar did a good job capturing the whole South Florida feel. So if you live in South Florida, you'll certainly feel like um, that. Okay, they got this right, right? Um, and then you see Lucia and Jason. They go to this other party with this other guy called Brian. Like they're on this like a roof party, and they're having a conversation. Jason smoking a cigar. He's having a conversation with Brian, and they're like looking out the roof on the city, and while they're having a smoke. It's like outside on the roof, like a roof party. and like a very top floor roof party on one of those tall buildings, and you can see the entire city. You can see the beach, like the Miami Beach, downtown Miami. Right? I'm just calling it, what it reminds me of. It reminds me of, South Beach and, downtown Miami. And you can see the city and everything. Everything looks very lively. Everything looks full of life, so you feel like you're really in South Florida in Miami. And then there's another scene where Lucia and Jason, you can see them um, working out. You can see Lucia working out. They're sweating when they're working out. Um, they're always having a conversation, even when they're driving. The city looks very lively. The music plays in the background. I think they were playing something like Depeche Mode. Um, what else did I see? What else did they show? Um, yeah, there was a level where they're being chased by the cops, right? And when you look at the police car, they look very identical to Miami Beach PD, black and white Miami Beach PD, and they got that right. And they're being chased. While they're being chased, that's where I noticed when they were being chased. I noticed a little bit of textures blurring in and out as they're like going through the city, being chased. Um, but not like in a like a terrible way. But I did notice it like a little bit, like But look, you have to understand it's a PlayStation 5. The fact that this is playing on a PlayStation 5, it's a miracle. So here maybe I can play it again. Maybe I can show you here. This is when they're inside that that crack house apartment building, whatever. And then this is Brian, and then here they're getting chased, and this is her working out. Okay, and also they showed her parachuting as well. They show Lucia parachuting, right? There's a lot of stuff that they show. They showcase. So what else that they showed? They showed a lot of stuff. They showed so much gameplay on the GTA 6. They really kind of shows you everything you needed to see. And also there's a part in the game where Jason and Lucia are working as security guards, like a bodyguard, security guards, security staff for this very important producer or something, and they have to protect him, protect this dude while he's having some business on the upper floor on this building hotel. And you see a hostess, very beautiful hostess. She comes in and she introduces Lucia and Jason as security. And while they are working as security detail, you can see Jason going inside the elevator. Lucia is also working the detail, and then something goes wrong. There's some sort of an ambush that happens. So now they have to fight it out. They're like, they're fighting these other, uh, you know, guys that are trying to take out this dude that they're protecting. He's like a very valuable asset, and they have to protect him. So Jason is fighting of these guys, having a shootout. Lucia is fighting this other dude, and there's a funny scene where she uses her high heels and she shoves the high heels into his eye or something, or into his side of his head, but I think it goes into his eye or something. And then and she goes like, "Now you know how it feels, bitch. Try wearing them." I think she shoved that into either his eye or side of his head. I don't know. This giant high heels, and she says something to him like, "Try wearing one of those, you bitch." Well, after she shoved that high heel into his head, I think it was into his head. I have to look at it again. Um, and then they show some more stuff. They show different kinds of like areas in the city, different kinds of like communities, from the rednecks, white trash, I mean, all kinds of like the worst of the worst, the good of the good. Like how GTA is. Like every town has a good part, bad part. Every city has its own community, like a little Haiti, little Cuba, right? Little Havana or whatever. Um, then you got the rednecks, you got the white trash, you got the ghetto, right? You got the drug dealers, the crack houses. You got the gangs, different types of the gangs, right? Just like in any GTA game, like in any city. And then they show also that you can race. There's all these racing where you can, like in the GTA 5, where you can race different types of race cars. They have these like circuits where you can race cars. It feels like Need for Speed, honestly. It was pretty cool actually. The car handles pretty good actually. The car mechanics remind me of GTA 4. So if you were a fan of GTA 4, I think you will enjoy the mechanics of the cars in GTA 6. So they do have racing where you can race and all that. They showed the boat riding on the boat. They also showed Lucia diving. You can go diving, fishing, um, speedboating. They didn't show any like aerial footage of like you flying an airplane or a helicopter, but they did show a lot. What they have shown here, honestly, this is all you need to know. Honestly, you don't need to bother watching those leaks because what they have showed you here, you pretty much know exactly what to expect. Um, so what else do I want to say? So what do I think? Okay, and I'm sorry that this video is too long, but it has to be long because there's so much I need to cover. There's so much I have to remember. So forgive me if this video is too long. Later on, after 9 o'clock, you guys will be able to see it as well. So what do I think? Okay, here's what I want to say in closing. In closing, if you were expecting something super extraordinary, right? Like a next level super extraordinary, then you are going to be disappointed. And this is the issue with hyping things. When people start overhyping everything, I always tell people your expectations should always be like at the bare minimum, because hyping it so much, getting so hyped up, you will be set for disappointment. You will set yourself for the disappointment. Now, I'm not saying that what I have seen in 26 minutes that was not impressive. Sure, this was impressive and this looks amazing, okay? But if you were expecting something like super extraordinary, then you're setting yourself for the disappointment. Here's what I want to say at the end. This is still Grand Theft Auto, okay? Just like previous Grand Theft Autos, it's still a Grand Theft Auto. It looks like a Grand Theft Auto. It feels like a Grand Theft Auto. It plays like a Grand Theft Auto. It's a Grand Theft Auto. It's just a newer version of Grand Theft Auto that has a little bit better graphics, okay? And it's in a different city, Vice City, okay? Which is really South Florida, Miami. But other than that, if you were expecting something extraordinary, then you're setting yourself up for the disappointment. Then you're just setting yourself up for the disappointment. So what does this mean? This means it's great. I liked it. Okay, if you want my like final verdict, yeah, I can't wait to play this. This looks amazing. All of us will have a great time. We'll enjoy it. It'll be a fun playing it. And there's going to be so many things that we're going to discover in the game. Obviously, they're not going to show us everything, but what I have seen so far, it's exactly what I expected. It's a Grand Theft Auto, guys. Like, all right, like the upcoming Witcher game, Witcher 4. It's going to look a little bit better, but it's still going to play like The Witcher, right? Or the next Red Dead Redemption 3. It's going to look a little bit better, but it's still going to play like the previous Red Dead Redemption 2. So same thing here. It looks like a Grand Theft Auto. It plays like a Grand Theft Auto. It has all the cool stuff that you can do in previous Grand Theft Auto games, except this one. It's a new generation. of Grand Theft Auto, so they added some extra stuff in there. Okay, you'll be to do a little bit more things than what you were limited, let's say, in GTA 5. It's a much bigger map. You'll be able to do more things. And it looks prettier. Look, I want to say this. It's still a GTA. It's a GTA. It's nothing extraordinary. Okay. It's nothing like some kind of a holier than thou gift from the god or something like that. Okay. People exaggerate too much. It's still a Grand Theft Auto, but it looks better, plays better, and it's in a different city, has a larger map, and there's so much to do. But, you know, it's still a Grand Theft Auto. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to, like, see, everybody's been making all of these things about Grand Theft Auto 6. There's going to be like some sort of a gift from God, like some Holy Spirit or something that we all have to bow down and pray to. That's what happens when people exaggerate, when people hype, hype, hype. But let's be realistic. It's still a video game. It's still a video game. Okay? And as a video game, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to make a lot of money. People are going to enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's still a Grand Theft Auto. It's nothing super extraordinary. And that's what I'm trying to say. I hope this helps. I don't know. Maybe, maybe you guys don't like what I'm saying, but listen, that's my opinion, guys. Okay, you want my reaction? Well, this is my reaction. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That's really my first reaction on this video and what I have seen. I might have to watch it again just to like slow motion it and slow down some scenes just to check some stuff out. But yeah, it's a Grand Theft Auto, man. It's going to be a fun game. Just make sure your expectations are like a bare minimum. Don't expect anything super extraordinary. Okay. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That's what I think. Thank you for watching.